Several months ago, the Memphis Quartet Show was introduced to some very special people. And among those was Kermit Madison and all the great folks at the Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau. Without going into any long, lengthy details, they have committed to support the Memphis Quartet Show as long as we're willing to stay in town for a few years. So knowing that those folks are supporting what we do with this event and gospel music, we can never say thank you enough. But their incredible spirit, their incredible cooperation doesn't end there. And at this point in the program, I'd like to turn it over to the president and CEO of the Memphis Convention Visitors Bureau, Mr. Kevin Kane. Would you make Mr. Kane welcome here this evening? Come on out, sir.
Folks, let's hear it. Is this unbelievable? Who's been here since Wednesday night? All right. You know, in the 1950s, when the Blackwoods moved to this great city, we didn't have a FedEx Forum. We didn't have a Mid-South Coliseum. We didn't have a pyramid. Our major arena was about right where we're standing right here in the old Ellis Auditorium. Anybody remember that? A few people do. And for once a month, for many, many years, the Blackwood Brothers would have a Sunday event right here at the auditorium. So for the last 5 years during the Memphis Quartet Show, that show was held in another part of the building. Do you guys remember that? People that saw that? Do you like this a little better where we moved it this year? Isn't this where it belongs every year going forward? And doesn't a city like Memphis need to support quartet music with the Memphis Quartet Show? And we want to thank all of you for being here. And Danny, thank you, and the team and everybody for what you've done. But tonight, this is a very special night because we're kind of coming into the middle of this great program to do a special presentation to some legends in our community who have literally have received about every music honor that we could give. We were talking backstage, and we said, well, we haven't named a street or a boulevard after the Blackwood Brothers yet, but we've done just about everything else. They're in the Memphis Music Hall of Fame. They've won Grammy Awards. They've won Lifetime Achievement Awards. And we're proud to call them Memphians, even though they started off in Iowa. So, Jimmy, will you come back out here? And Billy, will you come here? And I'm going to introduce a very special group of people that work tirelessly to honor music excellence and musicians that have made Memphis the special place that we know that it is in the world of music. So I'd like to introduce the Beale Street Note Committee, if they would all come out and join me, and I'm going to turn it over to their chairman, Mr. Dean Dayo. Please give them a warm welcome. Will the entire committee come out here? And we got a very special presentation for the Blackwood Brothers tonight. Dean?
Thank you. We're the Beale Street Walk of Fame. This is part of our committee: Pat Tigret, Ken Hall, John Horniak, and Mike Glenn. If you've walked up and down Beale Street, you've noticed some brass notes that look like this embedded in the sidewalk. For 25 years, we have been presenting notes. They trace the musical history of Memphis, Tennessee, and Beale Street. As you know, Memphis is a magic city for music. There is no other city that can claim having the history of rock and roll and jazz and blues and gospel and country and all the other forms and genres of music. And we have been presenting notes for 25 years. We have 169 notes in the street, and we will never stop because Memphis is always going to have the greatest musicians in the world. The Blackwoods, as I said, 84 years of making music, unbelievable. We claim them because in the 1950s, they made Memphis their home. Memphis was the place of some of their biggest successes and unfortunately some of their largest tragedies as well. but they've carried on for all those years. We could talk a long time about the Blackwood Brothers and what they've meant to music and Memphis music. But just a couple of quick notes. You know, the Blackwoods were the people that invented the customized touring bus for musicians. They were the first ones to have that. And every night there are thousands of musicians that thank them and curse them for doing that. We could talk a long time, but ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you, 8 Grammy Awards, 6 Dove Awards. The Memphis Beale Street Walk of Fame is proud to present this note to the Blackwood Brothers.
Thank you, and thank you, folks. You know, you may be seated. Thank you so much, Dean. Thank you, Kevin, Pat, John, all of you. Thank you so much for your part in this, and the board of MQS for allowing us to do this tonight. We kind of found out about this by accident. It was supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, wow. Jimmy ruined it.
We got tipped off a little early accidentally, so we knew it was coming, but we wanted to share this with our hometown.
Y'all know, most of you do, that our family, originally from down in Mississippi, were sharecroppers. It's a long journey from a sharecropper in Mississippi to recognition like this from the Hall of Fame folks and the Beale Street notes. Oh, our dad... We love you. Thank you.
Just real quickly, the Blackwood Brothers, for the 84 years, there are hundreds of names that have comprised this group, and won a lot of awards through the years, and that's all to the glory of God. But a few years ago, we were bestowed with one, and Jimmy gave the acceptance speech, and he said something I don't think we can top, and so I'm going to repeat him.
Do it because I don't remember.
He said, do it because I don't remember it. But he said, we do what we do to lift up the Lord, to bless people, and to make Daddy proud. I think those are happening. Thank you for your part. And thank you for your love and your support of the Blackwood Brothers. And Dean, thank you. Thank you so much.
And next year, or in the near future, when you walk Beale Street, you will look down and see that note embedded in the street, and you can say, I was there when it was presented.